Peace. What's the word, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tap on in with the kid before we start building on today's subject matter, man. Hopefully, y'all having a powerful Wednesday. Starting off December on a positive, efficient, powerful, and productive note. So I'm gonna give everybody a chance to tap in with the kid, man. We got a powerful build, man, especially for my black brothers today, man. Got to get y'all motivated, got to get y'all inspired out here, man. So hopefully y'all feeling good. Hopefully y'all got about an hour to hear this build, man. Possibly add on. Y'all know how it go. So what's the word, man? How everybody living? How everybody feeling out here? Jeremiah, peace. Peace, what's happening? How you feeling, my brother? Kyle, peace. What's the word? What's the word? Oh, yeah, the guys definitely in the building, man. We in the building today. Anthony, peace. What's the word? Mr. Barbados, peace. You already know. Khalid Muhammad, man. That's my number one influencer right there, man. Khalid Muhammad, man, for sure. Definitely got to come with that energy, man. Gotta let them know. Got to let them know the truth about the black man, man. And we got to live that reality good. We got to live that reality out, I mean. Anthony, there we go. Living good. Living good. That's how we need to live. We got to maintain that good living. We know what it is, though, man. But yeah, that Khalid Muhammad energy, definitely. That's the energy a lot of us brothers need to come with. That type of energy in this day and age. The Typer boy, peace. What's happening? What's the word? Jaquez, peace. What's happening? What's the word? How y'all holding up out here, man? Y'all see what it is? B.G.E, man. You know what I'm saying? The black guy energy, man. That's the energy that we coming with. That's the energy that the black man is coming with. That's the energy that you should be coming with. And y'all seen some of the breakdowns I put in the description or whatnot in regards to how we break down the G.O.D over here, man. There's several different ways you can do it. And that's also a good practice, man. If you looking to build up your vocabulary, man, and just sharpen the mind, man, take a word, you know what I'm saying, and break that word down in acronym form. You know what I'm saying? That's going to expand that vocab, man. That's going to help with your memory, and that's going to help just elevate the mind. So take a word like God, man, G.O.D, and you look up words. You look up G words, O words, D words, and you put them together, man. That's a good practice for elevating the mind. So just take a small word to create your own little acronym, man, and just find words. First, you go off the top of the head. You know what I'm saying? So you take G.O.D and you go off the top of the head and see what G.O.D words, G words, O words, and D words that you could put together that makes sense. Then when you run out of the words going off the top of the head, then you go to the thesaurus or the dictionary and you put words together that make sense. So that's good for the mind, man. That's a good tool, man, to sharpen the mind. Take that word, man, you break it down in acronym form, man. It forces you to kind of expand your vocabulary, man. So that's a good practice, man. That's why we like to break words down and things along those lines. That's definitely why we like to do that. But y'all know what today is, man. So today is the first, man. So I'm gonna build on some mathematics for the day, man. It's the first, very important day, man. If you know anything about our culture, the one is knowledge, man. So that represents the foundation. And when we talking about the foundation, man, that's information, that's data, that's all of that good stuff, man. That data, that information, the stats, whatever you want to call it, man. So it's everything that you will accumulate from examining, studying, researching. So the foundation is important, man. That is important. That is the starting point. Dominique, peace. What's happening? What's the word? What's the word? How you living? How you feeling? Y'all know how important that one is, man. I talk about it all the time in regards to just the 1 and 2 and the 3. And a lot of times people skip the 1. People skip the part where you strengthen the foundation. Skip that part. A lot of people skip that 1, go right to the 2, which is the motion, putting everything into motion. It's like we putting a bunch of nonsense into motion because we failing to do the 1, which would be to do the knowledge, studying and researching and things along those lines to accumulate the data, the information, the proper information. Thunder Scorpion, peace. What's the word? Dominique, we already know. You at the gig. We already know. We already know. But yeah, man, we gotta strengthen that foundation, man. You know what I'm saying? The foundation, that's your core. That's your core. Born eternal, Lord of law, peace, God. What's happening? JF, peace. What's the word? But yeah, that's your core principles. That's your foundation. So when we talk about strengthening that foundation, we talking about strengthening your core. Like, what do you stand for? And a lot of time as black men, man, like that's important, man. We got to understand, or we got not even understand. We got to figure out what it is that we stand for. And we got to stand on these things. You know what I'm saying? That's your foundation. That's your core. What principles do you stand for? Like certain things that I stand for, man, it's like healthy eating, healthy lifestyle. That's a principle of mine. That's part of my foundation. That's part of my core. You know what I'm saying? Just the way that I conduct myself when you hear me speak. That's part of my foundation. That's part of my core. It's certain words that I don't utilize when I'm speaking. That's part of my core, man. That's part of my foundation. You know what I'm saying? And being self-sufficient, that's part of my core. That's part of my foundation. These are principles. These are things that I stand on, stand for all the time. You know what I'm saying? And just being black, being original, that is part of my foundation. That is part of my core. So you got to ask yourself, what is your foundation? What is your core? What do you stand for? You know what I'm saying? Stand for nothing, fall for anything. So we got to stand for something. And whatever you stand for, that's your foundation. That's what you're going to pass down to the next generation. You're going to pass that down. But a lot of times we lack a foundation. That's why a lot of things, that's why a lot of relationships that we get in, all that type of stuff, that's why it falls. That's why it fails, because we lack a foundation. We lack a foundation, man. So we got to establish that foundation. That is key. Establish that foundation. Establish those core principles. You know what I'm saying? When you meet somebody, you should have them core principles established. It's certain things that you just not tolerating as a black man. And you should let it be known every time you meet somebody. Like, these are my core principles. These are things that I will tolerate. These are things that I won't tolerate. If you don't like them, keep it pushing, keep it moving. But a lot of times, man, we going into situations not knowing who we are, not knowing how powerful we are, sleeping on ourselves, man. Sleeping on ourselves, deaf, dumb, and blind. We got to stop being that. And the way to stop being that is to deal with the math, man. Deal with the one. The one is you. The one is you. That's that knowledge of self that I'm always talking about. You know what I'm saying? Figure yourself out. Again, establish those core principles, man. What do you stand for? What do you stand for? Like, I'm asking some of y'all that are in the comments right now, what do y'all stand for? Some of y'all principles. Y'all heard me build on some of mine, man. What are some of y'all principles, man? What's some things that y'all stand for? Like some things that y'all just will not tolerate at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like eating pork and stuff like that. Like, we don't do that. What are some things that you will not tolerate, man? What are some things that you stand for? I want to see some things in the comments, man. Let me know. Let me know what y'all stand for out here, man. What y'all won't tolerate. If y'all meet somebody, man, what's the red flag? Say, man, I ain't dealing with that. That goes against my core principle. That goes against my foundation. I can't build with a person that's on that type of time. Original One Piece, what's the word? So let me know, man, what are some things that y'all stand for as black men that y'all just will not accept from other black men or from black women? Like, what's some things that y'all just will not accept? Like, I don't tolerate ignorance well at all. I don't tolerate ignorance when you choose to remain ignorant. You know what I'm saying? So if you ignorant about something and you say, okay, and you acknowledge the fact that you ignorant about it, and then you go out of your way to strive to learn, I'm cool with that. But when you just choose to remain ignorant or choose to be ignorant, can't tolerate it. That goes against everything that I stand for. So I don't tolerate ignorance. I don't tolerate it. Intentional ignorance. Like, I don't tolerate that. I don't tolerate it at all. I don't tolerate anybody that doesn't hold themselves accountable. I don't tolerate that. I don't tolerate that at all. I'm all for accountability, man. Like, listen, if something ain't going right in your life, that's on you. Own up to it. You played a role in it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like when people start playing the blame game, blaming any and everything, anybody and everything outside of self. Like, nah, I can't rock with that. Can't rock with it. It's everybody else's fault. You in a certain position in your life right now because of everybody else. It's their fault. You had no role in it. Nah, I don't tolerate that. I ain't got time for that. Will not entertain it. Goes against what I stand for. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. Javon, you say, I stand for my people. Won't tolerate disrespect to me or mine, for sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. And I do that on all levels. You know what I'm saying? I stand for my immediate circle. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to disrespect my fam. And when I say that, I'm talking about the family members that I rock with, that I pretty much feel like would do the same for me. Because I got family members, hey, you could talk bad about some of them, and I ain't got nothing to say because I don't rock with them like that. But the ones that I rock with, you talk bad about them, I got a problem with you. We gonna have problems. And then on a grand scale, I'm always defending black people. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in a room and people start talking crazy about black people, I'm one of the ones, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something, man. You ain't about to talk about black people in this light if you another black person, especially if you white, Arabic, Asian, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to allow you to talk bad about my people. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I don't tolerate that stuff well at all. I got to intervene and I got to neutralize that. You ain't going to do that. You ain't going to do that. We're not going to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? You're not about to sit here and talk bad about black people while I'm in the room, and then especially if you're not black. Not happening. I don't care if you're joking. I don't care what the case may be. It's not going down under my watch. Not at all. And y'all always heard me talk about like black men gossiping about women and stuff like that. Like I don't tolerate that either. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm with a group of dudes and all they doing is talking about women in a negative light, like, nah, we got to grow up, man. We got to have another conversation, or else I'm gonna just exit. I'm gonna exit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna exit this convo because it's a very unproductive and childish conversation. I got better things that I can discuss. You know what I'm saying? So I don't tolerate that either. On the Scorpion said, I will not eat pork for sure. You already know. You already know the type of boy. I stand on accountability. That's what I'm talking about. I definitely stand on that as well. Always holding myself accountable, man. Always. And I don't like it when other people do not hold themselves accountable, man. If you did something, you did it, man. What the devil ain't make you do it. None of that. Like, I don't like to hear any of that. Can't tolerate it, man. I don't want to hear any of that. Now, you chose to do something that was negative. You did it. Ain't nobody tempt you to do it. You decided to do it. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? So you got to reap what you sow. You got to deal with the consequences behind that choice. Stop trying to blame somebody for your bad decision. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Dominique, what you say? Fitness. I will not tolerate nonsense, drama, chaos, BS, foolishness, wickedness, ignorance. You already know. I'm in agreement with you, brother Dominique. I'm in agreement with you. For sure. Lindell, peace. What's the word? What's happening? Jeremiah, dishonesty. For sure. Oh yeah, definitely dishonesty. People testing the intellect. Oh yeah, and mainly you get that from a few types of people when it comes to testing the intellect. White folks obviously like to try to test the intellect of the black man and the black woman, and then you got the what they call the bourgeoisie Negroes out here. They like to test your intellect. You know what I'm saying? The token black folks that some of these white corporations then allowed to sit at the table, and they start feeling all uppity around their own, forgot where they came from. They like to test your intellect. Oh wow, they don't really know too much of anything, and they more brainwashed than the people that they condemning and criticizing. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely can feel you on that one. Oh yeah, Europeans saying that. Hey, and then we even educate them on the true origin of the N word. A lot of people don't even be knowing that. You know what I'm saying? I remember I rapped it on the song, but you can even do the knowledge to it, man. You could just look up NGR, literally NGR, and you could just type in Egypt or Egyptian and type in NGR, and you're gonna see the origin of the N word, and it's gonna correlate with the title of this video. You look up NGR, and that was an Egyptian term for God, man. An Egyptian term for God, NGR. You add a few more letters to that. What is it? IGE. You add IGE to the NGR, what word do you have? Crazy how they do us. Y'all know what I just spelled, man. So if you take NGR, if that was the original term for God in ancient Egypt, you add IGE. What is the word that I just spelled? What's the word that I just spelled? So it's like they indirectly letting you know the truth about yourself. You know what I'm saying? By giving us these words. But we're not going to dig deep enough into these words to find out the truth. So they know who we are. And they throw a word at you and use it as an insult, but the origin of that word is not an insult. So that's how they do it. It's called, Elijah Muhammad calls it trick knowledge. You know what I'm saying? But when you study NGR, let me know what you come up with. I'm telling you, I already know what you're going to come up with because I studied it. You know what I'm saying? I already did it. I did the research. But that's how they be getting us. That's how they be getting us. So hey, when next time a white person use that word, man, you break the history of that word down to them, and they're gonna be looking stupid because they just called you a god and didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. Some of them probably did know it, but for the most part, they don't know it. They don't know it. Thunder Scorpion, for sure, manhood, man. We got to stand on manhood, especially as black men out here. We got to do that. We got to do it. The type of boy, what you say, I take responsibility for my behaviors and actions, and I expect for my mate to take accountability for her behaviors and actions, for sure. That's what I always expect, man. I expect for everybody that revolves around me, that's around me, to take responsibility for your ways and actions. I'm always taking responsibility for my ways and actions. Always. If I'm in a certain position in life, it has something to do with some decisions that I made. Point blank, period. It's that simple. Jaquez, you say I stand for peace. Man, listen, won't tolerate anything or anyone trying to change that. What Ludacris and them say, disturbing the peace. We don't tolerate anybody that's striving to disturb the peace. And we live in a world today where that's the masses' main objective. So 90% of the people you gonna come in contact with, their objective is to disturb your peace because they not at peace. They not centered. So we always warn with people, man, when your objective is peace, when you stand for peace, boy, you at war with the masses at large out here. You know what I'm saying? Because they try to go out their way to disturb your peace. Nobody got time for that. Original one. Yeah, the hypocrites. And that's the reason why people always wonder why the world is the way that it is today, man. You say when someone does not follow the same advice they give others. That's why these kids, man, turn out the way that they turn out, man. And the adults, it's the same song. Every generation, every era, man. I don't understand why these kids the way that they are. It's always a disconnect. It's because, again, the adults telling the kids to do something, but then they doing the total opposite of what they telling the kids. And this seems to happen every generation after generation. It's the same old song and dance. Same old song and dance, man. So at some point, we just got to start living out. We just got to start living out the advice, man. A lot of times, that's why I don't even really try to verbally give the advice, man. I just say, man, just analyze the way that I'm living. You know what I'm saying? Just analyze my life. You know what I'm saying? Be inspired by the way that I live. That's the advice for me, man. That's my advice. Analyze the way that I'm living. Analyze the way that I'm living, man. When you analyze the way that I'm living, and I'm talking to the youth at this point, when you analyze my life, when you analyze the way that I'm living, just follow suit. Just follow suit. The wife is in the building. Y'all say peace to the wife. And Thunder Scorpion, what you say? People know me as source. I come from within as my balance. All for sure. Come from within as my balance. You know what I'm saying? Dominique, what you say? I can't stand brothers that always blame the man. Nah, dog, go to that library free, but for sure. You know what I'm saying? For sure. It's the blame game. It's the blame game. We ain't got time for that. Blame game. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We acknowledge problems and then we find solutions. That's what we do. That's what we do. We acknowledge a problem, then we find a solution. Like that's how we go about it. The problem is acknowledged, and now we're gonna find a solution. That's how we do it. That's how we go about it. Shantae, Peach Queen, what's happening? Yeah, type of boy, man. People get in their feelings every time I say something like that. People be getting their feelings when I talk about stop blaming the devil and all that type of stuff, man, for your wicked ways and actions, man. You know what I'm saying? You made a wicked decision, man. That was you that did it. It wasn't no devil, man. Stop doing that. And that's what we tend to do most of the time, man. You know how religious we are as black people, man. We blame the devil a lot. You know what I'm saying? We blame the devil a lot for some of the wickedness that we choose to indulge in. You know what I'm saying? Stop doing that. Stop doing it. Stop doing it, man. You made that decision. It was something that you wanted to do. You made that wicked decision. Deal with the consequences. It ain't, and then, you know what I'm saying, we make it, you know what I'm saying, we blow this stuff out of proportion. It's the devil testing me. No, it's not. It's you testing yourself, and you failing your own test at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? You failing your own test, man. You testing yourself. There is no devil testing you when it comes to these harsh or hard decisions in life. Like, it's no devil testing you. You testing yourself, and it seems like people are failing they test. You know what I'm saying? But you testing yourself. That stuff is on you, man. That's your perspective at the end of the day, man. So chill with this whole, it's the devil testing me. That is not what's happening. You are testing yourself, man. You testing yourself, man, and you just choosing the wrong answers, man. You marking off the wrong boxes. That's on you, though. That's on you. Dominique, for sure. Way better things to do. Way better things. Way better things to do. Lindell, hey, to all our young warriors, get blackinated, man. I likes that. I likes that, man. You might have to copyright that joint. That's nice. JF, man, I wasn't even gonna speak on that one because I think that the people that know me know that one is obvious. Refusing to read, that's obvious for me, man. I can't stand that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when you in a, like, I feel like when you reach a certain age, there's some things that you just shouldn't be looking at. Like, it's almost like when people start saying they don't eat fruit or they don't drink water. Like, I feel like that's some childish thinking. When you start talking about like reading, like, I don't like to read. Reading is boring. Like, that's childish thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is literally childish thing. It's literally what children would say. I don't like to drink water. I don't like to drink water. Come on, man. It ain't even about what you like at this point. It's about saving your life. It's about extending your life. I don't care what you like. I don't care if you don't like water. Like, it ain't about what you like. You need to drink the water. You need the water. I don't care if you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you don't like to eat fruit. You need to eat the fruit. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you don't like vegetables. You need to eat them. So it ain't about what you like. It ain't about what's entertaining when you get to a certain point in your life, man. It's about what you need. You know what I'm saying? So I can't stand when people start saying things like that, man. Reading is what they say, fundamental, fun for the mental. Like, it's for your mind. Literally, the brain is a muscle, yo. Like, if you do not use it, you will lose it. And reading is something to do that strengthens the mind, strengthens the brain, literally. You know what I'm saying? This is why people do these things. So when you start, man, reading is boring. I don't like to read, man. Come on, man, grow up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I tell those people. Grow up. Come on. Is at the top, and disrespecting good black women is the second. Oh yeah, JF, you already know. I didn't got in trouble with black brothers for defending black women and things like that, man. You can't defend black women these days without people coming for your neck, man. But it's all good. Anytime I see that disrespect and it's unwarranted toward the sisters, I'm coming out there. I'm coming to defend them every time. Now I'm gonna do that every time. Just like if it's unwarranted and it's coming towards my brothers, man, I'm gonna defend my brothers, man. So I'm defending the black people. Do it. I'm gonna do it. Best believe I'm gonna do that. Anthony, you say, what do I stand for? Peace, freedom from disturbance, tranquility. You can't while away hour or two in peace and seclusion, as well as having positive morals and values for sure, man. Them morals and values are everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of people don't have these morals and values, especially in today's society, man. They trying to eliminate everything. You know what I'm saying? They trying to eliminate gender specific roles and things like that. So they getting rid of all of that, man. They getting rid of all of that, man. It's a crime to have morals and values. It's a crime to stand for something. It's a crime to say men do this and women do that. Nah, we got to include any and everybody, man. So we don't have boundaries or nothing these days, man. Everything is up for grabs. What they call it in wrestling, no holds barred, man. Anything goes. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. Those are some, if you a wrestling fan, a no holds barred matchup is one of the more vicious matchups because everything goes. When you add the rules and regulations, it's more safe that way. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't eliminated all of that in life, man. Everything is no holds barred, man. Anything goes. That's why the world is not that safe these days. We need them rules and them regulations, man. We need them rules and regulations. We need to keep people in the ring. You know what I'm saying? When you go out the ring, they ain't gonna hit you with the 10 count. Like, nah, we need them rules and regulations, man. But nowadays, anything goes. Literally, anything. And that ain't a very safe environment when anything goes, man. CJ, peace, what's happening? Hey, Osa, what you say? What's the women general purpose for life? That's what you had. You said, what's the woman's general purpose for life? Oh, man, hey, listen, for one, I always speak on the black women, man, but the black woman has a lot of a big purpose for life. First of all, that's the first home for the black man. You know what I'm saying? Is in the womb of that black woman. But what I like to tell a lot of my sisters when it comes to discovering a purpose, man, is to study earth, study nature. Study earth, study nature. It's a reason why when you study a lot of these cultures, they assign nature with femininity. You know what I'm saying? They assign nature with the woman, with the female, mother nature. You know what I'm saying? Study nature, study earth. You're going to discover your purpose as a woman. I'm not really here to tell women what their purpose is. I'm not here to tell anybody really what their purpose is. That's the individual can only do that. Everybody has a different purpose. You know what I'm saying? So that's different. But if I wanted to generalize it, I could, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at all, man, because the purpose, man, that's subjective, man, to the individual. What's that, Cristiano? Lack of accountability. We do not deal with that. Accountability then came up several times. Clocks in. Peace. What's happening? Raid. What's the word? Clocks in. There we go, man. Hey, we teaching. You know what I'm saying? If anybody know, man, we out here teaching, man. That's another thing that the black man has to do, man. We teaching. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm getting more involved in that myself, man. Just teaching again, man. When you come across this information, you got to teach it. Each one teach one type deal, man. That's part of the duty. That's part of the duty of a civilized person, man, to teach the uncivilized, man, to teach the people that do not know, that want to know. You know what I'm saying? Ding, peace. What's happening, man? You say hitting up the shoulders and finish pull-ups. Let's get it. Let's put that work in. Let's put that work in. Thunder Scorpion, man. And that was my, listen, I'm going to have to put that on the screen because this is something that I wrestle with. I'm going to put this on the screen, Thunder Scorpion. And standing on your principle boundary, you can't be afraid of making people uncomfortable or walking away or at times going there. Man, I used to wrestle with that hard. When I first came into a lot of this knowledge, that was my problem. That was my problem, man, because I was used to a way of life for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like the religious way of life, the Baptist way of life, man. I was used to eating a certain type of way. I was used to that for so long. When I came across this information and I started to transition into another lifestyle, another culture, like I'm not even gonna lie, like I kept that suppressed, man. I didn't want to stand on it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to stand on it around my peoples, around my peers. Like I just kept it to myself. And that wasn't healthy at all. I was afraid of how people would perceive me. You know what I'm saying? Like I tried to keep it to myself to the best of my abilities. But nowadays, it's like, nah, you gotta let people know what's up. You gotta let people know where you coming from. Let them know. If they don't like it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Then thank them. Because it's like, all right, you don't like what I stand for, so I'm gonna have to disconnect from you. So that's cool. You making more room for people that actually matter, people that actually care about what it is that you stand on and stand for. But you cannot be afraid to make people uncomfortable at all, man. If somebody is around you, man, and they are assuming that you subscribe to something and you don't, you got to let them know. If you do not let them know, then we already know how people interpret or misinterpret silence. They going to feel like you rocking with whatever it is that they saying because you're not saying anything to neutralize it, man, to counter it. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you let people know that don't know you what you stand for. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do it. You can't worry about, oh, this might be uncomfortable. They might look at me a certain type of way. Now you gotta let them know, like, hey, nah, I don't do all of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't rock like that. I don't rock with that. I've done that several times in regards to the topic of religion. I have politely let people know that, nah, I don't get down with the religion. And I done had some productive conversations by doing it politely. And I could have just suppressed it when people start having their little religious conversations and assuming that I'm on the same type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? I could have just remained quiet, but that don't feel good to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I would politely let people know that, now I don't rock with that. I don't rock with this. And then there's just start, some of them may ask you, you know what I'm saying, what do you rock with? And we can have a constructive conversation sometimes. So you cannot be afraid to make people uncomfortable, man. That's right. That's right and exact, though. 4 elements. PG, what's happening? Hold on. Somebody, hold on. I saw a comment. Let me address it. Yeah, CJ, you say you're truly the black community. He's to represent us for sure. Peace. Appreciate it. Because Sharp did, Al Sharp did, Jesse Jackson, the Rainbow Coalition in the joint, and Farrakhan are out high until it benefits them. Sure. I definitely don't rock with the first two. I definitely don't rock with Sharpton and Jesse Jackson, not one bit. Farrakhan, like I said, man, it's like You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I rock with them, sometimes I'm like, nah, but definitely don't rock with Sharpton and Jesse Jackson at all. And for real though, we don't have a lot of strong voices, man, these days, as far as black men go. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talking about like the Khalid Muhammad's, man, the Huey Newtons, the Bobby, like the Black Panthers at that time, man, the Malcolm X's, even, you know what I'm saying, Martin Luther King for the people that rock with him, Stokely Carmichael, like, man, it was a lot of people, man, that came and went. But I feel like that's something that's lacking. That's something that's lacking now as far as black men, man, just standing up for black people and being loud and proud about it. We don't see a lot of that, man, because again, man, we live in a world where it's all about gimmicks. It's all about clicks, views, subscriber counts, and things along those lines. People ain't really doing anything for the people anymore, man. It ain't even about that anymore. Don't nobody care about the people like that, man. They don't care about the people until it benefits their pockets. You know what I'm saying? So people ain't really out here for the people, like a Malcolm, like a Fred Hampton. You know what I'm saying? Like a Colin Muhammad. Like people ain't really on that type of vibe anymore, man. And we got to we got to build up some warriors, man. We got to start putting on for the people out here, man. We got to start doing it. We got to get back to that type of grind. For real. I feel like that's something that's lacking out here. Not saying that we need leaders, but we do need these voices out here. Uncompromising voices. We do need these type of individuals. Uncompromising black men. Like if y'all didn't seen some Colin Muhammad interviews, like his Phil Donahue interview and things like, I mean, we need some black, like that's gonna tell it like it is, whether we interviewed by these white folks, whether we interviewed by other black folks. Like we need that type of energy. We can't have black men being afraid to tell these white folks the truth about them to their faces and whatnot. We can't have black men afraid to tell other black men, black women the truth to their faces about themselves. Like we need that. We need that. Logic, soon, peace. What's happening? Dominique for sure. You know what I'm saying? Everything can tell you that. Any type of text that is dealing with any type of common sense is going to tell you the accountability is within you. It's all on you. It's all on you. Mr. E for sure. And that's how I go. That's how I go about it. You know what I'm saying? Like with the holidays, man. It's like I ain't going out of my way to let you know I don't fool with something. But if you so ask, like, nah, I don't too much care for it. I don't too much fool with it. And then maybe we can have a constructive conversation, and I may let you know why you probably shouldn't fool with it either. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't going hard on it like I used to do it. I used to be that person. Clocks in, man. Yeah, I be tapped in to Rizza Islam sometimes. You know, I'm always tapped into the Muslim brothers, man, and what they got going on. Matter of fact, I got some books by some Muslim brothers right here on the side of me. I have a book right here, man. Look at this. Let This Mind Be in You. It's by Nuri Muhammad. You know what I'm saying? He part of the NOI whatnot, Muslim. So yeah, for sure. I know all about Rizza Islam. He be speaking out on the jab quite heavily out here, and they don't too much like that. Dean, oh yeah, I heard that, man. It was like, yeah, I heard that. I heard that. Yeah, I heard that, man. I think it was old Jesse. You know what I'm saying? Just peace, Queen. What's happening? What's the word? JND, peace. What's the word? What's the word, man? And I ain't even get into my breakdown, man, of the word God, man. Y'all see it in the description, man. But I wanna break it down, man, so we can build on how we need to be moving out here as black men. I got some breakdowns for him. Like I said, if you missed it earlier, I said that's a good brain exercise. You know what I'm saying? If you're looking for ways to expand your vocabulary and just keep your mind sharp. Because if y'all don't know, dementia, Alzheimer's, this stuff is real in the black community, man. So I'm always indulging in exercises to keep my mind sharp because I'm not trying to fall victim to a mental disease and whatnot going out like that. You know what I'm saying? So a good mental exercise is to take a word and break it down in like acronym form. So we would take the word God, right? And you will not even look up. First, you want to start with what you know off the top of your head. That's how you want to start everything. So you would take a word like God, right? And off the top of your head, you would think of all the G words that you could think of. And then you got O, you would think of all the O words that you can think of off the top of your head. And then D, you would think of all the D words that you can think of off the top of your head. And then you organize them in a way that makes sense. That's a very great mental exercise. And I'm telling y'all, man, that'll elevate your mind. So if you're looking for something to keep the mind sharp, do that. Take a word, man, a little small word. Black, B-L-A-C-K. Find B words, L words, A words, C words, K words, and organize them in a way that makes sense. The acronyms, man, that keeps your mind sharp. We always doing that, especially in our culture, man. But one of the ways that we done broke down God, man, God ciphers divine. So we gonna break this down. Y'all already know how we view God, man, the black man, the original man. And when we say the cipher, so when we say God ciphers divine, now in our culture, cipher could be a person, place, a thing, basically like a noun. But for the most part, I like to define cipher as like your inner circle. You know what I'm saying? Your immediate circle. And it could be family, friends, like your universe, whatever the case may be. So I look at a cipher as your inner circle. And we already know what the word divine means. Like I look at the word divine as something that's righteous, and I equate it to like the word holy, something that, you know what I'm saying, has been not been tampered with. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at the word divine. So when we talk about your cipher as a black man, your cipher being divine, literally that's how we looking at it. Your cipher has to be holy. It has to be pure. It has to be untampered with. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times our cipher is not divine. Our cipher, we letting any and everybody in our cipher. And that's how we end up with a Judas. That's how we end up with the infiltrator. Because we letting all these foul people in our inner circle. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop doing that. We got to stop doing that, man. Your cipher has got to be filled with divine brothers. You know what I'm saying? Righteous brothers. If they not willing to, listen, if they not willing to clean themselves up, why are you dealing with him? Why is he in your inner circle? Then when he do you wrong, you looking all crazy. No, you want brothers in your circle. You want brothers in your circle that are righteous. You want brothers in your circles that are divine. You want brothers in your circle that are holy. And y'all know what these words mean, man. These are the type of people that you want in your circle. But again, like I said, we allow any and everybody in our circle, in our cipher. Gotta stop doing that, man. Gotta stop doing that. Gotta stop doing that. So that's what it means when we say God cipher is divine. Your cipher has got to be filled with righteous brothers, righteous sisters. You know what I'm saying? So when you out here, and because again, like I said, the cipher can be your inner circle. We could be dealing with your universe, which would be your family, which we know that to be the Holy Trinity, man, woman, and child. So even when we dealing with that in regards to the cipher. So when you looking for a potential woman, you gotta stop entertaining. You gotta stop entertaining the ignorance. You gotta stop entertaining the ignorance, man. When you looking for a potential partner, man, why are you looking for the most ignorant one? Why are you entertaining the most ignorant one? Why are you entertaining one that lacks all of the substance? No, that's not what you want in your cipher at all. That's not what you want in your cipher. Your cipher has got to be divine, yo. Your cipher has got to be divine. Your cipher has got to be righteous. So why would you seek out somebody that's unrighteous? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that at all, man. So again, when you are examining, evaluating people to bring into your cipher, keep that in mind. Where they mind is that mind on a divine level? If it's not, keep it moving, keep it pushing. Like if that's what type of time you on, then you want them to reflect that. Am I wrong? You know what I'm saying? So if you on that divine type of time, then you would want your lady to be on that divine type of time. She's your reflection. You know what I mean? So that is what you want. That is what you need. So then y'all come together, and again, we know what comes from that. That's the best part. Then y'all have children. That's your universe. And I'm sure you would want your children to grow up and be upstanding young men, young women. I'm sure that's what you would want. So again, man, we got to start making better decisions in regards to who we allow into our cipher or inner circle. Think wisely, man. Think wisely. Even when you're dealing with family members, you don't have to deal with all family members, man. The family members that ain't a reflection of what I just said, you don't have to deal with them. Again, your cipher is divine. So if you got family members that's unrighteous, if you got family members that's weak and wicked, that's stealing from you, That every time they come around, man, they shooting your dreams down. That's unrighteous. That ain't divine. That's a tampered and grafted mind. That's a tampered with and grafted mind. Distance yourself from them, man. They ain't not a part of your cipher. They ain't a part of your cipher. So again, remember that. Your cipher is divine. Cipher is divine. Please remember that. Please remember that. Leah, peace, what's happening? And that's the first breakdown. That's the first breakdown. Now, the second breakdown, we got God, G.O.D, good orderly direction. Good orderly direction. See, this is going to help the black man when it comes to relationships, providing good orderly direction. This revolves around when they say that a man should be a leader. That's how you lead. You give good orderly direction. You know what I'm saying? Like when you get you that woman and she's listening, she's trusting you, you have got to provide her with good orderly direction. But first, you got to do that to yourself. You got to give yourself that good orderly direction. You got to steer yourself in the right direction. But that's key. You know what I'm saying? That's key to our advancement, man, that good orderly direction. When we see the youth, when we see these young brothers out in these streets doing wicked nonsense, we got to supply them with the good orderly direction because that's what they are lacking. That's what they are lacking. They ain't nobody give them the good orderly direction. They got the bad orderly direction. You know what I'm saying? So somebody got to supply these brothers with some good orderly direction. And then when you get into the relationship and that sister trusts you enough to say, I'm going to let you lead, follow through, man. Come through with the good orderly direction, man. Steer her in the right direction. Give her that good advice. Like when she come to you, ask you a question, you supply her with some good advice. That's what you do. Good orderly direction, man. If it's not steering them in a positive direction, in a good direction, step back. Don't give them that advice. Don't give them that advice. So good orderly direction, man. Always keep that in mind when you supplying advice out here. When you striving to help people, man. When you giving people words of encouragement, whatever it is that you're doing. Good orderly direction. That is key. That is what we supply to the men, women, and children out here. Good orderly direction. Now, the third breakdown I have for the G.O.D is growth, opportunities, and development. So I broke it down in this way. A black man valuing growth, taking advantage of opportunities, and embracing development. So let me break that down again, man. A black man valuing his growth. So again, now this is something for sisters to look out for. You know what I'm saying? This is when you know you done came across a guy. When you come across a black man that values growing, that values growth. Like this brother, he loves to grow. He loves to evolve. He loves to elevate. Like, okay, all right, that's the G. So again, sisters, y'all got to understand what's happening. Y'all got to understand what's happening, sisters. I just gave y'all the G. So a lot of times the sisters don't close the cipher. So a sister might see that G and be like, all right, cipher closed. This brother is all about growth. That's all I needed to see. Nah, sisters, this other stuff we got to look out for. Don't close the cipher yet. Cipher is 360 degrees. Don't close it after the first 120. You know what I'm saying? When you see that first 120 and get excited, calm down. We still got 240 more degrees to go. You know what I'm saying? So not close it after 120. Don't get satisfied because you see that this brother is willing to grow. That could be where he stopped. Like, he values growth. But now we got taking advantage of opportunities or creating opportunities. So he values growth and then he creates opportunities for himself. So instead of complaining about people not providing him with opportunities, man, these white folks won't give me no job, this, that, and the third. Instead of him doing that, he say, you know what, I'm gonna create a job for myself. That's how you know you coming. You got the G and the O. So we at 240 degrees. So we almost there. We almost there. Like, all right, man, he values growth. And he's not afraid to create opportunities for himself. And then embraces development. He embraces development, man. He is not afraid to work on himself, self-development. Not afraid to work on himself. He's able to look at himself, point out some weaknesses and flaws. Then he go into the lab and he works on whatever it was that he examined, analyzed, observed, whatever. So, man, I analyzed myself, and these were my flaws. These were my weak points. Then he went into the lab and he worked on it. Somebody gave him some constructive criticism, and instead of him getting defensive and emotional, he took the words and he said, you know what? Some of what you said is right and exact. Let me go ahead and work on myself. That closes the cipher. So again, ladies, man, if you trying to figure out if you coming across the God, man, listen, he valuing that growth, creating opportunities, and he embracing that development, that self-development. 360 degrees. 360 degrees. But a lot of times, like I said, sisters gonna stop it at the 120. They gonna stop it at the 240. You got an incomplete man. Make sure you close that cipher, man. Make sure you close it. Make sure that circle goes all the way around. Make sure that circle goes all the way around. Make sure that circle closes with that man. Make sure it's that growth and creating opportunities, embracing that development. Now, the last breakdown for the G.O.D. And this is one I kind of went to the try. I tried to look up words for this one, but then it came to me when I was looking up the words. I said, boom, this is it. The last one is G.O.D. generals, because that's who we are. That's what the black man is, general. Generals organized discreetly. I think that's the coldest one. Generals organized discreetly. When it comes to the black man, that's how we got to organize in the wilderness of North America. We got to organize cautiously because, again, we already know who's tapped in on most of these platforms. When it comes to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, we already know who's tapped in and who's watching us on all these platforms. So we can't be organizing too loudly out here. You know what I'm saying? So a general is going to organize behind the scenes, cautiously, precariously. That's how we going to organize. That's how we got to organize as black men in order for us to reclaim our position on that throne, because that's our position. So we got to organize very discreetly. And that's key. I feel like that's the best one in regards to breaking down the G.O.D. Generals organizing discreetly. When it like this is how we got to come out the gate. You know what I'm saying? We got to be organized and so thorough behind the scenes that when things pop off, we got a whole army waiting on them and nobody knew it. That's how we need to organize. So when things pop off, things get real, we got a whole army of troops ready and nobody knew. Caught everybody off guard. They was like, man, when was y'all doing this? When was y'all training and doing all of that? Didn't even know it. That's how we got to organize. That's going to be the main key. That's how they done wiped a lot of us out. That's how they have destroyed a lot of our organizations. We wasn't too discreet with it, and it got us. So we got to move discreetly. We got to organize discreetly. That's how we got to do it. Wayne, what you say, PG? You ever thought how you don't have to do nothing, you die and get locked up, etc.? Just got to be black, so you might as well do what you want in your heart. Oh, 100%, man. Life is, I don't want to say life is too short because it is what it is, man. That's relative in regards to life being short or not, man. But life is precious for sure. Like, you ain't really, to be honest, ain't none of us guaranteed to wake up tomorrow. So I always tell people, man, they tell you to focus on the here and now, man, because that's all you have. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm encouraging everybody, man, do what you want to do. And not in the sense of going out here acting crazy and whatnot. I'm talking about as far as like just dreams and aspirations. Man, get started on those dreams, man, because again, before you know it, you're going to look up and all this time and pass and you just ain't going to have the same momentum. You ain't going to have enough energy. Like, you're going to be too drained to do what you need to do, man, to put everything into motion, man. So listen, when you come up with that idea and you figure out the formula, man, start working on it. What's the worst that can happen? I read a business book a long time ago. They told you, you got to ask yourself that question. What's the worst thing that can happen? And when you ask yourself that question, when it comes to putting dreams into motion or pursuing dreams, more than likely, like, it's not that bad. And the example in the book, it was like going into business for yourself, starting your own business. Dude was like, the worst that could happen is I just have to go back and find another job. Like, that's literally the worst thing. Like, if you pursuing a business endeavor, man, the worst that's possibly going to happen, yeah, you're going to lose some money, but guess what? You're just probably going to end up getting another job, going back into corporate America. Like, it's literally the worst that can happen. Or you start another business, whatever the case may be, but it's never as bad as we think. you know. Oh, Dominique for sure. Yeah, that list is key. Santana, Montana, peace. What's happening? Rashid, peace. What's happening? Oh, Dean, man, you say they couldn't even get past the acknowledgments page. Man, like at this point, I don't even really too much concern myself with family and whatnot, man. I don't even too much concern myself. Listen, I concern myself with the people that's rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I concern myself with these days, man. If you not rocking with me, man, I'm just not even. I don't even really care at this point. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care. Whatever the reason is, whatever your reasoning is, cool. I don't even care anymore, man. Like I don't care about our relationship. Like if you just ain't, if I came out with a book or a product, whatever the case may be, man, and you ain't supporting it, and I feel like you should, you just let me know something. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I ain't gonna feel no type of way about it. You just let me know what's up. And I just know that if you come out with something, if you need some support, I'm not supporting you. I'm just not doing it. And then you said that after I just read the last case. Therefore, I won't be sharing any more of my work. Exactly. Shadow, the music artist, peace. What's happening? Oh yeah, Dominique for sure, man. Hey, like I said, man, I done been on this type of, and that's what a lot of people that know me personally. A lot of people that know me personally, that's one of the things that they always credit me for. They say, "Man, you done been on this stuff for since I can remember, and you ain't you've never, I've never stirred away from it." You know what I'm saying? So people have given me credit, giving me that type of credit in person because these people that they know me, man, they knew where I came from and they knew how I transitioned, and I never left it. I never stopped talking the way that I'm currently talking, man. Once I came across this information, and it's been 10 plus years. And it's like a lot of people that have known me personally have acknowledged that, like, man, you was on this type of stuff when we was in college, man, and you still on it. Like, yeah, it wasn't no phase, man. This is knowledge itself. This ain't no phase. This is who I am. Like, this ain't no phase, man. This ain't no gimmick. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, this ain't going nowhere. This is literally knowledge itself. This is literally who I am. You know what I'm saying? So why would it go anywhere? Why would he go anywhere, man? It's not going anywhere. This is who I am, man. This ain't no gimmick. What, like Obi Trice would say, real name, no gimmick. Like this is not, it's not going anywhere. It's who I am. I'ma always be on this type of time. I'ma always be on this type of time. And I'ma always be on this type of vibe, man. It's nothing is going to change. Nothing is going to change it. It's literally who I am. When I was talking about that core, when I was talking about that foundation, this is part of it. You know? Kwame Tsunami, growth and development. Peace, what's happening? But yeah, growth and development. You already know. Leah, self-development is a topic of the day. Big topic. Topic of the week. Topic of the month. You know what I'm saying? Self-development. That's key. You know what I'm saying? Key for the mental health. Self-development. Clocks in. There you go. That's your breakdown. And when you break it down, when you break these words down, write how you see it. Write the breakdown for that. You know what I'm saying? Write the breakdown. You know what I'm saying? So when you come up with these acronyms, man, write a little description. As something we would call a plus lesson. You know what I'm saying? Write the description. Like, all right, man, you broke down generator, organizer, dispenser. What does that mean? Always break it down. Like we would ask how you see that. You know what I'm saying? Break it down. Always define it. You know what I'm saying? Always break these things down. That's important. But yeah, that's a good one though. Glory God Sosa. You say you've been working on me, man. That's the only work that's necessary. Working on yourself. The only work that's necessary. I'm not definitely not about to work on somebody else if that's not my like literal job. Working on other people, man. You can't fix another person, yo. You can give another person a band-aid, but it's up to them to put the band-aid on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's on them. Like they got a cut. You gave them the band-aid. They could be like, man, cool, thank you, but then throw the band-aid out. So, man, you can help people all day long. It's on them to utilize the tools that you gave them. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't stressing myself out with that type of stuff anymore, man. I'm burnt out on that. I used to try to help everybody. I used to try to save the world when I was like 20, 21 coming across this knowledge, man. And Y'all already know how that go, man. I had all the momentum and energy when I was younger with it. Now I don't really too much even care about it. I'm gonna help those that want to be helped. And you know what I'm saying, the youth. Like, I look at the youth differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, the youth, man, they done been led in the wrong direction, man. There's still a chance for them. I see a little 15-year-old young bull, man. He ain't acting right and exact, man. I got a chance to reach him, even if I feel like he may not listen to me. Got a chance, though. But that 35-year-old that's acting ignorant, man, all right, that's just what it is. Unless they ask me something, I'm not going out of my way to talk to a 35-year-old that you my elder, like, you know what I'm saying? You my elder. I supposed to be able to look up to you. I ain't got time for it. Carrie Morgan. Okay, you say you need your book recommendations for taking that next step to learning about knowledge of self as a black man. Got a lot of recommendations for you. Message to the Black Man by Elijah Muhammad. If you've read the autobiography of Malcolm X, most people have read that. Knowledge of Self by Supreme Understanding. Science of Self by Supreme Understanding. Those are some good books. Man, The African Origin of Civilization by Sheikh Anta Diop. Because I feel like in order to get that knowledge of self as a black man, we got to do the origin to our like existence on this planet. So that's a pretty good book. All of his books, Sheikh Anta Diop. Black Man of the Nile by Dr. Ben. And I got a book right here by John Henry Clark, Who Betrayed the African World Revolution, and other speeches like that. It'd be a good joint. But definitely, I would start with the message to the black man, and then the knowledge of self by Supreme Understanding and Science of Self. Like, those books get deep off in the trenches in regards to knowledge of self. Like, Science of Self breaks down how we are literally gods on a scientific level, like, for real. And then I got another book. I think it's behind me somewhere, man. Let me go. I can go find this other book, man. Let me see. Yeah, I got another book right here. This is a good one. Mathematical Theology and the Physics of God by Alan X. It's a good book. It's a good book too. Of course, that's Fard Muhammad on the cover, if y'all not familiar with Fard Muhammad. But yeah, those are some good books, man. That's some good books. But I would definitely start with Knowledge of Self by Supreme Understanding, Message to the Black Man. That's kind of like the pattern I went. And then the Philosophies and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. You know what I'm saying? To study Garvey. That's a good one. I get the quote and all type of, I get the reference in all type of books, man. Dominique for sure, man. That's how I met, man. Yeah, speaking of that powder, man, I messed around and, you know what I'm saying? When I got my little situation, man, I was not using my own powder, man. I was out here slipping. It's all good, though. Just for sure. Definitely a blessing. The Bishop, appreciate that, man. Peace. Appreciate the donation. Appreciate it. All love. Leah, peace, queen. Appreciate that donation. Appreciate the love for sure. Shantae, you say exactly when the conscious community found me, I was going in on the stuff I found. Now I associate with those that are open. 100% right and exact, man. I'm talking about, for real, man. Y'all don't understand how I wish I could find my old Facebook page and open it back up and show y'all what I'm talking about. I wish I could resurrect that page. I really wish I could resurrect that old Facebook page, man, because I'm telling y'all, that page was infamous. Like, man, I'm talking about people used to go on that page. Like, it'd be people that see me in person. They like, man, they used to go to my page and just scroll down on my page just to read like the arguments, because they knew it was gonna be some arguments on there. Like, people was literally on my page just for that, because I used to go back and forth, man. I'm telling y'all don't understand how far I've come. I used to go back and forth with people, man. I wasn't about to let anybody, I just wasn't about to let certain things slide. Now I'm able to be like, all right, whatever, cool. That's how you feel, cool. But I used to go back and forth, man. That's back when I had time. That's back when I had time. I used to go back and forth. Like, nah, we finna get this debate on. And sometimes it wasn't, necessarily negative, but I used to make my points. I used to reference all my, you know what I'm saying? I used to throw all the books out I used to bring up the online articles. Man, I plug you into YouTube. I used to do all of that. Now it's like, nah, man, if you ain't got no open mind, I ain't gonna waste my time with it. Oh yeah, just for sure. Yeah, I already know y'all nurturers and whatnot, you know. Yeah, but I can't stand to see the young brothers out here slipping because I be knowing what it is, you know what I'm saying? Because at one point I was a young brother, man, so I know how it is. It's easy to be led in that wrong direction, man, when you're a young boy out here, man. So when they see, you know what I'm saying, when they see the elders, man, contrary to popular belief, man, a lot of these young brothers willing to listen. They willing to listen, man, but it's just some of us not willing to talk. That be the problem. A lot of these young brothers be willing to listen. They be willing to listen to what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? If you come correct, you know what I'm saying? It's all about the approach, but they be willing to listen. It's just we got to be willing to talk. We got to be willing to give them the proper guidance and whatnot. That's on us though. That's on us, man. We can't be letting everything slide. You know, like if we see them moving in a way, it's like, dude, I used to come on, fam. I used to move like that at 15. Like that's gonna lead to X, Y, and Z. Like, nah, man, you might not want to do that. Give him some Jews, man. Give him something to think about, man. Don't just be like, that's on a parent, like that's on his parents. Like they should be like, come on, man, it's a village. He may not have the parents, man. You know what I'm saying? He may not have that father figure, man. So go ahead, give him a Jew real quick, coming from a black man. Adabu, you say Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark have phenomenal books, and just last night I was watching Dr. Clark talk about Kings of the Zulu Nation for sure. Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark, man, slept on. And like I said, Amos Wilson fits that bill for me too. Slept on scholars, man. Blade Monk, you say I'm guilty of not talking. Hey, for sure. We didn't been there, done that. I didn't did that myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, and I never forget, man. I had a like little speaking engagement or speaking opportunity. When I was working at the first bank I ever worked at, man, we had to go to an elementary school, man. We had to, and it was in like the what they call inner city. So it was on the rough side of town, man. We had to talk to the young kids, and man, that was a rough situation. Them kids wasn't listening, yo. Like they were not trying to listen. So I zeroed in on one little homie that I saw was listening. I zeroed in on him. So it might have been hundreds of kids in there, and I only impacted one. To me, that was all I needed. That was all I needed. I didn't need to impact all the hundreds of kids that wasn't listening. I impacted the one that I saw was zeroing in on the message, the messenger, which was me at the time when I had the mic. So I zeroed in on him. I had to show some favoritism, man, because everybody else obviously wasn't listening. So I said, all right, I'm finna impact this one. If don't nobody else remember me, he gonna remember something I said. And that's all I need. That's all I need. And I told him too. I told that young boy, I said, listen, because they was making fun of him, like making fun of his shoes or something, man. And I said, man, all these little homies and you know what I'm saying, all these people that's making fun of you, I said they're gonna be working for you once y'all get older. That's what I told him. That's why I told him, I said, man, I said they're gonna be asking you for a job once y'all get older. Right now they making fun of you. I said, but man, if you keep on that path that you on, because he told me something about he liked to read books, and y'all know once he said that, I'm like, all right, bet. And he told me he be trying to read like a book a week or something like that. And I said, man, all right, bet you on the right path. I said they laughing at you, but I said they gonna be the one begging you for a job once y'all get older. Okay, cool. Peace. What's happening? Wayne X, man, I'm torn on that one. I'm torn on that one because you know what I'm saying, you say it's hard to enjoy life when you know things ain't right. It just depends, like you gonna get to a point where it's actually better to know. You're gonna get to a point because of the reason why I say that. Because you're gonna start learning things about detachment and stuff like that. But I like to be in the know opposed to being ignorant. I feel like knowledge is bliss. Man, because I feel like once I know, I can plan, plot, and strategize. And I can create an approach, or I can do something about it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like knowledge is bliss. You know what I'm saying? Because when I know things ain't right, then I can discover my purpose or create my purpose to try to make things right. And in that attempt to make things right, like that's fulfilling to me. That's blissful to me. Because now I see things ain't right, but then I have created a purpose for myself to help in this realm. You know what I'm saying? To help men all the problems in this realm right here. And that's what I'm doing. So to me, that's blissful. That's blissful, man. I feel like knowledge is more blissful than ignorance. I do feel like it's way better to know opposed to not knowing. But I do understand when people say those things in regards to it, you know what I'm saying? You could be depressed and all that type of stuff when you start finding out all this information. It's just when you find out the information and you don't have a plan in regards to what to do with the information. You just acquiring the information. Like that's how I was when I was younger. Like I'm just reading I'm just getting all this information. I ain't had anything to do with it. That was depressing. But when you figure out a purpose with for this information, then it becomes blissful. It's like, all right, I'm taking this information and now I'm teaching everybody about it, or I'm teaching some people about it. Then when you teach more people about it, then more people become aware. Now you got more people that's willing to help do something about it. So that's blissful. But it's just it's crazy when you don't have anything to do with that information and you just storing all this information about the world and how traumatic and how crazy, how chaotic it is, and you don't have anything to do with it. Like that's when it's depressing. That's when it's not that blissful. Terenzo, peace. What's happening? Oh yeah. I see y'all building. Self-knowledge is self-empowerment. If knowledge is power for sure. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, hey, it's and knowledge, you know what I'm saying? We got to put it in motion. You know what I'm saying? We got to put it in motion in order for it to become that power, though. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure we definitely apply that information, you know what I'm saying, to our culture, man, in order for it to become powerful, man. So basically taking that information, each one teach one. So when we take that information, that proper information, and we give it to the right people, you know what I'm saying, that's when things become powerful. And that's when they start assassinating individuals. So knowledge by itself, I don't want to say it's powerless. I don't want to say it's powerful. It just is what it is. It's knowledge. But when you start taking that knowledge and you using that knowledge to build nations, that's when it becomes powerful. You know what I'm saying? And that's when they start assassinating you. That's when they start assassinating the black man or assassinating the black woman. They're like, he taking this knowledge and he teaching it to his people. He waking his people up. She taking this knowledge and she teaching her people. She waking her people up. Gots to go. Gots to go. Terenzo, you say life is my cake. I baked it and I'm eating it too. Hey, for sure. It's that vegan cake too. You know what I'm saying? Life is that vegan cake. But for sure though. Yeah, clocks in. When we get that knowledge, man, it's time for us to start building on solutions. That's the only way. That's the only way. That is the only way. You know what I'm saying? We got to become part of the solution. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, when you take that information and you start giving it to other people, it's a problem. And just analyze it. Like, they not afraid of a black man that knows a lot by himself. They are afraid of a black man that knows a lot and he's giving that. And once he start impacting other people with that knowledge, then that's when he's a threat. That's when he's a threat. Like when that black man takes the knowledge and then start teaching it to other young men and young women, and they are affected by it, they are impacted by it, then now it's like, okay, we have a problem. So they don't like that, man. They don't like to see that. But it's all good though, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna continue to do what we do. We're gonna continue to teach. We're gonna continue to learn. They say the moment you stop learning, that's when you die. I live by that, man. I'm gonna always strive to learn something. It's crazy. All the information that's out here, man. I can't fathom a person going a day without learning something new. You know what I mean? Like, how can you go a day without learning something new? Like, it's too much stuff to learn out here, man. You can learn something. You can learn something new every day until the day you die, and then when you die, you still don't know like a percentage of what it is to know out here. Come on now. Oh, Wayne, man, these celebrities don't be knowing. For the life of me, I don't understand why people be thinking celebrities are supposed to be that wise and that knowledgeable, man. These celebrities don't be knowing much anything. For one, you know what I'm saying? They be how they hire everybody to do everything for them. So let alone let alone them sitting around reading a book. Like, nah, man, they gonna even when some of the like dudes be conducting speeches, man, some of them didn't write their own speech. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't write the speech. Like they gave you a speech and they didn't even write it. So it sounds like they knowledgeable in this speech and they didn't even write that speech. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, listen, I ain't even like, you know what I'm saying? People fool with Dr. Martin Luther King, but he didn't write the I Have a Dream speech. You know what I'm saying? People be having writers out here, like, and it be sounding good. Like, man, somebody wrote that. My boy Antonio Peace, what's happening? So it's like, man, for the life of me, man, I don't know, man. People, like I said, researching and studying, man, that's a lost art, a lost science. It's a select few people out here that's actually researching and studying. Like that is not an easy task, man. Hey, Khaled, man, you know what's crazy? I've never read that. I mean, I know about it, but I've never read that. But yeah, Sister Soldier, man, she was banging on them hard, and then hit us with a hiatus. Sister Soldier was banging on them hard, like she was repping for the sisters in a good way in like the early '90s, and then hit the hiatus, and then came out with what's the like one of her popular books, the Coldest Winter or whatever that joint's called. But Sister Soldier was like the like the goat back then. Like she went hard. She went hard. But I never read that joint though, man. I do gotta tap into that one. Yeah, but I think Coldest Winter, boy, that's like the world. Everybody love that joint. Yeah, everybody love that joint. Fox in with or Dominique, what you say? I don't get dudes who say they don't like reading. It's mind blowing. Yet women, the people talk about red flags, they see, you know what I'm saying? We only do things when they trending, so people ain't talking about red flags anymore. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, women, red flag. It could be a red flag for dudes too. But if you come across a dude and that man tell you he don't like to read, run. Just run. That's all I gotta say. Just don't even entertain that. If you come across it and that brother say, man, I don't like read books, I don't do that. Run. Don't even fool with it. Don't even fool with it. Hey, Colin, I'm definitely tap into it, man. I'm gonna definitely tap into it. I'm gonna let you know when I do too. Best believe you're gonna see me post it when I read it. Oh yeah, clocks in. Yeah, it's not gonna be fair when it finally clicks with us. That and they already know it. They already know it. They already know it, man. That's why they live in this constant state of fear. Constant state of fear. Yeah, just man, I'm already knowing. I read some of it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already knowing what type of style she be dealing with. Azure piece, what's happening? Big facts though. Most people these days seem like they rather be told what to do and be instructed rather than seek out the knowledge for themselves. Yeah, 100%. Like I said, man, researching and studying ain't for the weak. Man, some of these books I got, man, they hard to read. Like the language and it's hard. It's not that easy, man. It's not that easy. Is researching and studying, bro, is not easy. Like people see these books and think reading ain't the man. Listen, reading is one thing, but comprehending, understanding, all of that, different ball game, man. Like building on what you actually just read, like that's different ball game, man. This is a whole science to it. Whole science to it. Whole science to it, man. Reading some of these books can get frustrating. And I'm not talking about what you learn. I'm just talking about, man, like you'll come across an author, man, the book is writing exact, but it's like, man, it seems like be taking you like some people fast read or slow read. Like I'm a slow reader. I gotta take my time with the book. But then you also start dealing with anxiety. It's like, man, I've been reading this book for too long. I should be finished by now. So that start increasing your anxiety. So it's a whole science, man. You got like it's a science. It's a science. It's a science though, man. Like shout out to all the people that's out here researching and studying, man. Like shout out to y'all, man. It's a science. That's why, like I said, I be respecting the Dr. Benz and all these type of individuals, man, because it's just that stuff ain't easy. Stuff ain't easy. You read some in one book, then you read another book, and they contradicting each other, and they both making sense. So now you got to discover the truth here. So now, yeah, man, it be real in the field. Kerry, what you say? I feel like learning and this type of knowledge is calling me, brother, everywhere I look. It's like this type of information is right in front of my face. Oh, for sure. Truth in plain sight. Truth hidden in plain sight. Antonio really rips my, yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely influence that speech. A lot of people don't be knowing that. A lot of people don't be knowing those little facts right there. It's just a lot of things, man, that you know what I'm saying? They be doing us dirty, man. Like just keeping a lot of people in the dark in regards to our history, our story, man. I don't like it. Like shout out to Serena and Venus, but it's like, man, people would think like when it comes to black women in tennis, like it started with them. Now, if y'all have ever heard of Althea Gibson, like if you haven't heard of her, look her up. Althea Gibson. You rarely hear anything about her. Rarely. But look her up though. You know what I'm saying? That's how they be doing the sisters out here, man. Like Althea Gibson. If we talking about black women in tennis, man, like she precedes them. Give her some credit too. Give her some credit too. Give her some credit too, man. But they do that with a lot of us, man. But Althea Gibson, man, give her some credit. Give her some credit, man. Show her story and whatnot. Show what she overcame. Show what she did. And it's another one too. I can't think of her name though. I think I'm missing another black lady in tennis, man. I can't think of the name though, but that was an important one. Dominique, I'm telling you, I got a lot of books like that to where it was like, man, what? Like I read a whole page and be like, what did I just? I got to go back and read that page again. Then you got to ask yourself questions too. That's also good. You know what I'm saying? When you read, just skim through it, man, and give yourself like some study questions. You know what I mean? Like that helps me with comprehension, man. So like, what am I trying to find? What am I trying to take away from this book? You know what I'm saying? Whatever this book is supposed to be about, man, give yourself questions at the end of each chapter. So when you read and you searching for answers, like you searching for answers, man. When you read, you searching for them answers, man. So I do that too. Like give yourself questions, like 3 to 5 questions. Like whatever they say this chapter is about, give yourself about 3 to 5 questions. Skim through that chapter. If they got like subtitles and all that type of stuff, man, like you can ask questions surrounding them subtitles or whatever, man. And then or the sub chapters or whatever. And then boom, like while you're reading that, your mind is programmed to look for like answers, and that's helping with comprehension. But yeah, man, like I said, it's a science though, you know. So like I said, ladies, if you come across a brother that has no desire to enhance his knowledge through like studying, researching, and all of that, if you choose to remain with that, that is your fault. Like that's your fault, and like everything that comes from that is on you. Because that man literally showed you what type of man he is. Like, man, he has no desire to enhance his knowledge through research and studying, reading, whatever the case may be. He showed you the true colors right then and there. He's no desire to learn, no desire to evolve, no desire to grow. You choose to procreate with that person. You choose to be with that person. It's your fault. It's your fault. You should not be wanting to be with a man that's talking about, I don't read, I don't learn, I don't be trying to do all that. Afraid to expand his vocabulary, and you like, come on, man. Oh, Wayne, for sure. Yeah, that's why I started to kind of rebel in high school. Terenzo for sure, man. I used to play the drums for sure. So yeah, I mean, you gotta read and everything. You gotta learn them notes. Learn them notes, but I used to play the drums though. Oh, Blade, yeah, for sure. Now that's another thing to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? You'll look up a word, that mug got about 17 different definitions, and they all different. It's like, hold on, man, hold up. You know what I'm saying? Context clues and whatnot too. Use that as well too, man. People like use your context clues, man. Like you reading something, challenge your mind. You know what I'm saying? You reading something, you come across a word you don't understand. Context clues, man. Look at how they used it, and then try to guess what it means before you look it up. So sometimes I don't just run to the dictionary first. I try to figure out what this word is meaning based off of how it was used first. So I make a guess, like, all right, man, they all right, this is how they use it. It gotta mean this. And then I look it up. And they're like, all right, cool, I was right, or I was wrong. Again, sharpening the mind. That's how you do it. College, man, they was ready to fight. They was ready to fight over them books. They was ready to fight over them books. Now that's funny. But y'all, man, with that being said, man, I gotta make some moves, man. I gotta get up out of here. This was a good build, man. So always appreciate y'all, man. Always appreciate the donations, the comments, questions, all that good stuff, man. I always appreciate building with y'all, man. It's always lovely, always peaceful. But with that being said, man, I'm gonna make my moves. I feel like we started December off on a very strong note, and we're gonna keep the ball rolling, man. I'm gonna tap in with y'all again tomorrow, most definitely. So y'all rest up, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Wednesday. I'm gonna tap in with y'all tomorrow, Thursday. So y'all be easy out here, man. Enjoy the rest of this day. Peace.